And we welcome you to a Tuesday night showdown here in the Mid-American Conference men's basketball. It's the Miami RedHawks and the Ohio Bobcats, the Battle of the Bricks. Men's basketball edition here inside Millett Hall on the campus of Miami University in Oxford, Ohio tonight. Should be a great one. Patrick Geshan with you, riding solo this evening here on RedHawk Radio. We appreciate you spending a portion of your Tuesday with us as a pretty good crowd on hand fills in for this in-state rivalry. It is a long-time rivalry. Ohio comes in winning 8 in a row. They're 13-2 overall, 4-0 in the Mid-American Conference this season. Ohio's only losses have come to LSU and Kentucky. They are riding high coming into Oxford here tonight. Miami's won 3 of their past 5, still kind of figuring some things out, but it is trending upward for the RedHawks, and the last few games are coming off that 8-point win at Western Michigan on Saturday in Kalamazoo. Miami 7-5 overall. They are 1-0 in the Mid-American Conference coming into our matchup here tonight. The Bobcats have dominated the series with Miami in recent memory. Ohio 17-3 against the RedHawks in 2011-2012, and the Bobcats have won 4 straight against Miami in the series with both teams. We'll get our starting lineups here in a moment. Let's join the Millett Hall public address before our tip-off here from Oxford, Ohio.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Millett Hall for this evening's matchup between the Ohio Bobcats and your Miami RedHawks. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Bobcats of Ohio. Wearing number 1, Mark Sears. Number 2, Miles Brown. Wearing number 3, Ken Roderick. Number 5, Ben Vanderplas. And wearing number 30, Jason Carter. The Bobcat assistants are Lamar Gordon, Kyle Barlow, and Lee Martin. The head coach of Ohio is Jeff Holmes. The starters for your Miami RedHawks, presented by Moses in Oxford. A 5'8" senior guard from Evansville, Indiana, number 2, Makai Larry. A 6'2" junior guard from Lorain, Ohio, number 3, Day Grant. A 6'6" senior forward from Nigeria, number 5, Precious Haya. A 6'7" senior forward from Toledo, Ohio, number 13, longtime and a 6'1" junior guard from Terre Haute, Indiana, number 22, Majay White. Director of Basketball Operations, Colin Olinger. Assistant
All right, so there are the starters tonight for Miami. Larry Grant, Precious Haya, Delonte Brown, Majay White will be the starting 5 for the RedHawks. For the Bobcats, Mark Sears, Miles Brown, Ben Roderick. You have also starting Jason Carter for Ohio, as well as Ben Vanderplas. So Ohio moves left to right. They are in the white uniforms. Bobcats across the front in green. They got a green number on the front, green number, a green name on the back. The RedHawks are in their red uniform tonight, the dark red. Miami across the front in white, the white numbers on the front and the back. Tonight for the RedHawks, we'll move right to left across your radio here as we begin things in this game. The 210th all-time meeting between Miami and Ohio University in men's basketball. Quite a history between these two teams. Miami leading the all-time series here in Oxford, 63 up to 39, but the Bobcats leading all-time 115 games to 94 in the entire history between these two programs. There is a pretty decent crowd on hand inside Millett. Speaking about the lower bowl on either side of the floor, it's a decent crowd by Miami basketball standards, especially considering there's a big contingent of Ohio fans that have traveled to this game. They are sitting behind the Bobcats bench on the left side of the floor. So the RedHawks are back at home for the first time in a week. They lost against Toledo by 3 points here inside Millett Hall a week ago tonight. That was a 75-72 thriller that the Rockets came out on top of last Tuesday here in Oxford. So everybody's on the floor waiting for TV to give us the signal here to begin the game. With 20 minutes on the clock, most fans on their feet inside Millett waiting for the RedHawks' first bucket. And this is a big rivalry game, big win for each team. Could come here tonight on the floor at Millett. Delonte Brown will win the tip back for the RedHawks, and they will start here on offense to get us going inside Millett Hall. And it's Makai Leary taking the ball over the timeline, middle of the floor. Hands off to Precious Aya, deals back to Makai Leary. He's stripped left elbow, and the Bobcats end up with the basketball to take it back down the floor. Moving left to right. Over the timeline far side, Mark Sears, the team's leading scorer for the Bobcats, averaging nearly 20 points per game. Sears around the arc near wing. Will pass it inside the arc. In the corner, Vanderplas gets it to a drive through the lane. That was Ben Roderick, and he was shut down by Precious Aya. RedHawks get it, and they're back up the floor on offense. Day Grant over the timeline on the right wing. Give and go pass from Makai Leary. Grant here, 45 seconds into the game. There's no score. He's going to pull up free throw line and sink it for two. Day Grant, who is Miami's leading scorer, at 16.7 points per game on the year, makes it 2-0 RedHawks. We are a minute into the first half. Bobcats on offense. Miles Brown past the right side of the post. Mark Sears, the kick out top of the key. Vanderplas near wing. Three ball is good for Mark Sears, who sinks it to put Ohio on the board. It's 3-2. Bobcats with the lead. A minute 15 here into our opening half. RedHawks trying to answer. Grant top of the key outside the arc for Miami. He'll handle the screen there played by Aya. Grant now right wing with a drive through the paint. He was trying to feed it in front of the hoop. That went off the hand of Vanderplas, playing defense down there for Ohio. Tipped off his hand out of bounds, and Larry's getting inbound here for the RedHawks. Near side of their offensive baseline, 10 to shoot. Larry's gonna fly a three up near wing. That's too strong. Aya gets the offensive board for the RedHawks, and a fresh 20 for Miami. Aya working in the paint, kicks it out top of the key. Larry works his way down right elbow. Play there to Aya, the free throw line jumper missed. And the rebound corralled here by Mark Sears of Ohio off the iron. Too short on that shot was Aya. Long three-pointer set by Vanderplas. That's no good, too hard. Rebound kicked out near corner. And with it, here's Jason Carter for Ohio working with Aya down low. Aya called for a foul, a little bit too much contact as Carter trying to make his way in toward the hoop for the right wing. So the ball be inbounded here near side of the Ohio offensive baseline. 17:55 to go first half. 3-2 Bobcats are on top. That's the first foul of the game against the RedHawks. Vanderplas near wing feed outside the arc. Three ball too strong there by Mark Sears. And the rebound grabbed here by Day Grant. RedHawks are up the floor. They trail by a point. Grant with it near wing outside the arc. Top of the key, Delonte Brown works it far wing here for MyJ White. Now near wing, they get it. Brown a three ball too far right, too much on it as well. Bobcats grab this rebound. They're over the timeline right wing. Mark Sears cuts middle to the left side outside the arc. With it, here's Ben Roderick. Top of the key, Vanderplas. He'll kick it near corner. Roderick driving in on MyJ White to the hoop. Off the window, too strong. The rebound tipped around into the hands of MyJ White. White up the floor for the RedHawks. Hits the brakes, top of the key. Miami will pass it here to the near wing outside the arc. Grant over there for Delonte Brown. Left-handed dribble. A pass left side of the paint for Precious Aya with 14 to shoot. And he'll try to feed it over there for Day Grant. That was picked off on its way by Jason Carter. Here come the Bobcats. Brown, near wing, Vanderplas. Long range three. Too much on it. Went off the iron. Rebounded by MyJ White. Back and forth they go. 16:43 to go first half. 3-2 Ohio. It's Leary with a floater shot far wing for the RedHawks. About 6 feet away near the baseline to give Miami the lead back at 4-3. Slowly over the timeline can the Bobcats. Top of the key with it, Miles Brown feeds it down low. Here's Vanderplas, tipped off his hand out of bounds. On the RedHawk baseline, Miami is going to get the ball back. There's 16:23 to go here in the first half. 4-3, RedHawks lead it. And it will be Delonte Brown back near the RedHawks baseline to inbound this one to Isaiah Coleman-Lance, fresh in the game for the RedHawks. Far side pass here from IJ White, top of the key with it, Precious-Aya. Near wing is Coleman-Lance here for Miami. They'll dish it far side, Grant. Far corner, Delonte Brown holds on with both arms. Cross-court pass, cleanly picked off there by Vanderplas. Here comes Ohio. At the baseline, a pass there and off the window for two. Jason Carter with the left arm. Got a nifty feed from the paint. Vanderplas got it. And it's a 5-4 Ohio lead here with 15:45 to go first half. RedHawks top of the key three. Coleman lands. Too far right. Rebound OU. And it's Vanderplas with it. Over the timeline left wing, Mark Sears. Dishes back, wide open. Three is good. Sucked there by Carter. Who's a 22.7% three-point shooter on the year. That time wide open up high on the left wing. And it's 8-4. The Bobcats their largest lead of the night. 15:20 left here first half. RedHawks on offense, 15 to shoot. Aya top of the key, dishes back for Day-Day Grant. He'll take it around the arc, kick it near corner. Coleman-Lance bobbled the pass, grab control. Works it far side outside the arc, Myjay White. 3 to shoot for the RedHawks. White, right-handed dribble. He's stripped clean by Ben Roderick, who charges up the floor. Roderick will lay it up with the left hand against basically no Miami defense. Timeout RedHawks as the Bobcats open up a 6-point lead at 10-4 with 14:57 to go in the first half. Really good, strong start by OU in this game so far. And they have the 6-point advantage here in the first. Again, 14:57 to go in the opening half. Timeout Miami. We're back in a moment. This is Miami Basketball on RedHawk Radio. .57 remains here in our first half inside Millett Hall. Patrick Geshan with you on RedHawk Radio this evening. Men's basketball action. It's 10-4. Ohio over Miami. RedHawks calling that timeout. That is the first they've used of the game, so they have 3 left here early on in this first half as the Bobcats had a 7-0 run in the last minute 42. RedHawks to the ball on offense. They move right to left. Day-Day Grant top of the key for Miami. We'll try to feed it far side. Brown holds on, nearly bobbled. 10 to shoot. White outside the arc, far wing. He bobbles it, picks it up off the floor. 6 to shoot. Far wing outside the arc is Brown. Has no options, decides to get off a 3 at the shot clock expiring. It's no good, too far left by Brown. Here comes Ohio. And it's Tommy Schmock, fresh to the game for the Bobcats after the timeout. Near wing outside the arc, he'll pass to Ben Vanderplas. Cross court in the corner is Roderick. Works it out to Jason Carter. On the left wing, he'll battle there against Myjay White. Carter with it, left side of the paint, and we get a whistle here for a foul. As Carter turns back to the hoop, trying to work his way in toward the post area. The foul is whistled against the RedHawks, and I believe there they got McNamara. I'll have to double check on that, as you will have Kai Larry check back in for Miami to take out Myjay White. Beg your pardon, it was White who actually got the foul, his first personal. Second as a team against the RedHawks here. So Ohio inbound to the fresh 20-second shot clock. They got it here on the far corner. It's Carter. Turns his back to the hoop again, works it up right wing. Schmock, long range three, is an air ball right. It's kept in by the Bobcats, so at the baseline, Vanderplas saved it from going out of bounds. Left wing outside the arc, a long range three that's an air ball short. That came off the hands of Carter as the shot clock expired. The original three-pointer that the Bobcats sent off did not reset the shot clock because it never hit the hoop. So the inbound here will come from Miami on their own baseline. 13:45 to go first half. It's 10-4 Ohio. And Delonte Brown will come out here for the RedHawks. Coming in his place will be Luca Eller, who had 4 minutes against Western Michigan and Kalamazoo on Saturday. Larry over the timeline, middle of the floor for Miami. Right-handed dribble. Works it up top of the key, Coleman Lance. Near wing is Luca Eller outside the arc. Whistle here for a foul. And they're going to get a foul on the Bobcats here. Looks like that's going to be whistled against Clayton, they say. A.J. Clayton, number 23, and a dunk at Falls, Ohio. Inbound to the RedHawks, right there to the Kai Larry. On the left elbow, he will fire it for two. Makes it a 4-point game at 10-6 Bobcats. 13:18 to go first half. Bobcats working outside the arc near wing. Clayton works it left elbow. With it here is Vanderplas. Two open there to shoot, and he does. Sinks it in for the 2-point bucket, 12-6. Ohio back on top. Here's Larry over the timeline, middle of the floor. Right-handed dribble, hits the brakes outside the arc. McNamara now with it for Miami. He'll try to work his way into the paint. Does so. Left-handed hook shot, too hard. Bobcat to the rebound. Here's Sears at the floor. Sears coast to coast and stripped away for a foul before trying to go up to the layup. You had Larry in the area. McNamara was playing defense as well. And so you get free throws here on a shooting foul for Mark Sears. They'll shoot two and a 12-6 lead for the Bobcats. First one is good. Lear's a 92.1% free throw shooter on the year. That's 9th best in the NCAA, the nation. So reliable at the charity stripe this year. Second one is good to give the Bobcats a 14-6 lead. 12:43 to go first. Larry over the timeline, middle of the floor for the RedHawks. You're trying to find an answer here. It's a 9-2 Bobcat run in the last 3.5 minutes. Here's Corrant, works his way right elbow. Shot there, no good, too hard. Little jump back floater. And here comes Ohio over the timeline, left wing. Tommy Schmock kicks it far side. Wide open three is good by Ben Vanderplas. And the Bobcats lead it by 11 at 17-6. They're benching their fans going nuts. Larry over the timeline, middle of the floor. Here's Grant, top of the key for Miami. RedHawks are 1 for 5 in their last 5 field goals. Here's Coleman lands outside the arc in the left wing. Trying to find a lane forward. He'll pass this one, get tipped around. Sears picked it off. He'll feed it near wing. A.J. Clayton trying to go up for the right-handed dunk. And a foul whistle there as McNamara came from behind to take away the opportunity. The bucket never counted. But you're going to have free throws coming up for the Bobcats, who are hot on offense to start this game when we return. 11:53 to go in the first. 17-6 Ohio over Miami. We're back in a moment. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. 11:53 to go here in the first. 17-6. The Bobcats of Ohio lead the Miami RedHawks in what has been an offensive explosion for OU to open up this game. They're on a 7-0 run in the last minute 35, a 17-4 run in the last 7 minutes and 19 seconds here inside a very good crowd in Millett. So we have free throws coming out of the timeout for the Bobcats, as you have A.J. Clayton to shoot free throws here for Ohio. 6'8", 225 freshman from Duncan Falls, Ohio. The first one is good for A.J. Clayton, who comes off the bench in every appearance this year, including tonight. And the next one is too far left, so it's 18-6 Ohio after Clayton's trip to the line. Larry over the timeline, right wing here for the RedHawks. He'll stop top of the key, work it around the arc far side. Larry will try to pass it off of a Ohio player in the area. That was Miles Brown. It went off of Brown back to Larry. I guess they say a kickball there on OU. So RedHawks are going to get it far wing. On the inbound by Coleman Lance. Still on offense is Miami with a fresh 20-second shot clock. Near wing is Dane Grant, works it around the arc, pass near wing. Delonte Brown in the corner, 7 to shoot, works it top of the key. Here's Larry. Far side, Coleman Lance, 3 ball, well short, that's an air ball. Grant though picks it up in the post area off the floor and goes off the window for 2 with both hands. I don't know if that shot was purposely short or what, but Grant was creative there with a situation, generated 2 points for the RedHawks. 10-point Ohio lead here with 11 to go in the first. Bobcats on offense with 15 to shoot. Far wing, outside the arc, Vanderplas kicks it up top of the key. Charging in there was Schmott. Get a whistle as he made his way to the post. It was called by the official on the baseline. They're going to say it's a double dribble, I think, on Ohio. So the RedHawks will get it back. Kind of a late call there and late signal by the official who blew the play dead. So anyway, Larry with it over the timeline, middle of the floor for the RedHawks. 10:48 to go, first half. 10-point Ohio lead. McNamara top of the key, near wing play for Coleman Lance. Holds it with both arms. Top of the key is Larry. Over on the far wing, Delonte Brown. Outside the arc, left-handed dribble. We'll kick it back, and we get a whistle here for a travel. Brown was passing it top of the key to Makai Larry, and before he got it off, took a step too many right in the Mac logo inside the paint. So there's another turnover for the RedHawks. That's turnover number 6 in the game so far for Miami with 10:34 to go in the first half. 18-8 Ohio on top. Bobcats on offense. Schmock over the timeline, middle of the floor. Will pass it near wing for Clayton outside the arc. They'll give and go with Carter, and the right wing 3 by Schmock too far right. The ball pops out high into the zone. We get a whistle here for a foul on OU. Some contact there as the rebound popped out near the top of the key from that three-pointer. RedHawks will take it here up the floor. That is now 2 fouls as a team against Ohio here in this first half. Larry will pass it far wing outside the arc. Coleman Lance kicks it near corner. Brown faked a 3, walks in toward the paint area. He'll fire off a jumper. That went in and out. And here comes Towns back up the floor for Ohio. He'll go coast to coast with a right-handed layup on McNamara to give Ohio the 20-8 lead with 9:50 to go in the first. Top of the key, Makai Larry here for the RedHawks. Works his way inside the paint. Fires off a shot too far right. The jumper from 18 away on the left wing. Bobcats over the timeline left side. Here's Schmock with it. To the far wing, 3 ball wide open. That is short, an air ball from Carter. They battle for it at the baseline, and it goes out of bounds off of Makai Larry of the RedHawks as he was tussling down there with Sam Towns of Ohio. So the Bobcats stay with it here in their offensive end. They'll inbound near side of the baseline with 9:30 left in the first. Into the game now is Kamari Williams for Miami. And the inbound for the Bobcats off the hands of Schmock. Near wing with 17 to shoot. Here's Sam Towns. Works his way to the free throw line, kicks it back out, top of the key. Brown, right side drive through the paint, gets it a fall off the glass for 2. He pushed Coleman Lance back in the process, and they didn't call it. And it's 22-8 Ohio with 9:12 to go in the first. Clearing to the top of the key here for Brown. Near wing, Coleman Lance. At the baseline for the RedHawks. Kicks it to the near side for Kamari Williams. Shovels it over far wing for Mackay Larry. Long range three, in and out. And the rebound right here for Jason Carter of Ohio. Tommy Schmock over the timeline right wing for the Bobcats. Hits the breaks free throw line and continues his way forward down the left wing. He lost the ball, bobbled it near the RedHawk bench, flew out of bounds at the baseline. And so Miami will get it back here on the Ohio turnover with 8:46 to go in the first half. It is 22-8 Ohio. And Brown will inbound here for the RedHawks to Mackay Larry. We'll take it over the timeline, middle of the floor. Miami scoreless in the last 2.5 minutes of this game. Far wing Coleman lands outside the arc, gets it top of the key for Raya. Near wing outside the arc is Larry for the RedHawks. 15 to shoot, far side of Williams. Holds on with both arms. Top of the key now, Coleman lands. 8 on the shot clock. Coleman lands, will fire off the left wing three, and that's good. Goes in for Isaiah. Coleman lands. So that gets Miami to an 11-point margin here at 22-11 Ohio. 8:12 to go first half. Bobcats with it, top of the key Carter. Hands off to Sears. Near wing outside the arc, Vanderplas trying a three, it's good. Delonte Brown was too far away. 25-11. Ohio on top with 7:55 to go in the first. Coleman lands outside the arc, far wing for the RedHawks. They work it around to the near side for Mackay Larry. Bounce pass, Brown, room to work. Left wing gets off his shot. It is no good. A blocking foul called here as Brown was too far left on the layup attempt there, trying to make his way with plenty of room to work with down the left wing. And you'll have free throws coming up on the other side of this timeout for Miami's Delonte Brown. 7:45 to go first half, 25-11. Ohio over Miami. And we're back in a moment. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. $7:45 to go here in the first half. It's 25-11. Ohio over Miami here inside Millett Hall from Oxford. Patrick Geshan with you on Red Hawk Radio. It's been all the Bobcats here in this game so far tonight. On offense, on defense, and Jack Cohen's squad for the RedHawks having a really hard time scoring buckets in this game so far tonight, and there's been a plethora of reasons behind that. But Delonte Brown is at the free throw line for the RedHawks here out of the timeout. As Miami trails by 14. First one for Delonte is good. Out of 2 at this trip. Brown at 79% for the free throw line this year. So far tonight, Brown with 2 points after sinking the second free throw. 25-13 Ohio, 7:40 left first half. On the timeline, middle of the floor, it's Mark Sears for the Bobcats. See what they can cook up here on offense. They've shown Miami all kinds of schemes so far tonight. Kick it near corner outside the arc of Roderick. Top of the key for Sears. Right-handed dribble, works his way in and back out. 8 to shoot. Here's Vanderplas, far corner, wide open three. Miles Brown in and out. Lucky bounce there for the RedHawks. The rebound into the hands of Precious Aya, and a push to Larry over the timeline, middle of the floor for the RedHawks. Larry works it around the arc near wing. Outside the arc on the far side. Larry now with it, 15 to shoot, just fires off at three. It's good for Makai Larry. So that's really been the only successful thing the RedHawks have going on offense tonight. Just fire off random threes, and sometimes they go in. Miami still, though, 2 for 8 now for three-point land so far tonight. Makes it 25-16 Ohio. So here wing, the Bobcats try three. Broderick will sink it. And Ohio is 5 for 12 from three-point land tonight. 6:36 to go first half. It's 28-16 Bobcats. Here's Larry, top of the key for the RedHawks. Works it near side, Coleman lands. Holds it above his head. Around the arc of the near wing, Coleman lands. Holds on with both arms, kicks it to the near side for Precious Aya. 8 to shoot, near corner Larry, tries another random three, that's short. Swooping in for the rebound and tipping it in from midair is Kamari Williams. At 6'7", he can do that. He leapt from 3 feet away of the post and tipped in the rebound after it went off the iron in midair. 28-18 Ohio. Bobcats, another three ball, that is good from way downtown, Ben Vanderplas. 31-18 Ohio. 5:48 to go in the first half. It's Iowa with the top of the key. Hands back to Kamari Williams. Dishes here to Delonte Brown. Near side outside the arc, Larry. Kicks it near corner. Brown, open look on the three. Sinks it. So the RedHawks now have made it a 10-point game. 5.5 to go in the first. 31-21 Ohio. Far side outside the arc, that's Sears. He'll pull up at the free throw line. Missed that. As getting in the way was Aya to make contact. Here's Williams, kicks it back to Coleman Lance. Near side outside the arc for the RedHawks. Top of the key, Precious Aya. Back to the near wing, Coleman Lance. 17 to shoot. It is Brown, near wing three. Air ball too far right. That's all the RedHawks are doing these last few possessions, shooting three-pointers. Sears over the timeline, left wing for Ohio. Steps back for the top of the key three, too far right. And the rebound here for Precious Aya of the RedHawks. Hands it off to Coleman Lands. Less than 5 to go in the first half. It's a 10-point OU lead. Coleman Lands with it. Top of the key. First side pass outside the arc, but Kai Larry holds on here with both arms. Passes near wing for Coleman Lands. 12 to shoot for the RedHawks. Coleman Lands working hard on the guard. Miles Brown. Coleman Lands still with it. 6 on the shot clock. Top of the key. Locked up. We get a whistle here. Timeout, I believe, was called by Jack Owens. As Coleman Lands was poked in the eye there, he was having a lot of trouble holding on to that ball, had no options to really pass it with all the pressure that Ohio was giving him. So Jack Owens decides to call the timeout. There's 6 on the shot clock here. It's the second timeout the RedHawks have used in the game with 4:34 to go in the first half. 31-21, Ohio on top. In front of a decent crowd here inside Millett Hall tonight. As far as the RedHawks go, though, it's just been kind of one of those games where nothing is going in for you in terms of the shots you're taking. You could argue the shot selection has not been there so far tonight. In addition, the three-point tries Miami is getting off. They are just 3 for 11 from outside the arc tonight. But the problem with that is their offense is wholly depending on three-point shots right now. So that's the issue. How can they drive inside? Near wing inbound here with 3 to shoot. It is Dane Grant from Miami. The right side drive. Pass to the paint. No good was the first try. The second one, I believe, is good. Off the hands there of Curtis Harrison. Fresh in the game after the timeout. He had to fire the first one off before the shot clock expired. Got his own rebound. Went off the glass for 2. Left side of the post with both arms. Ohio, another 3. Vanderplas hits on the right wing all day for Ben Vanderplas, who's now 4 for 6 from three-point land for Ohio tonight. 2:04 to go, first half, 34-23, Bobcats. Grant, top of the key, loses it for the RedHawks. Poked away by Sears. He's down the floor with a left-handed layup off the window for two. And it's a 13-point Ohio lead with 3:45 to go in the first half. Larry with it over the timeline, right side for the RedHawks. Takes it outside the arc, puts it top of the key for Ryan, then give and go there with Mackay Larry. Larry works his way through the paint, left-handed layup off the window, too hard. Vanderplas comes down with it for Ohio. Gives it up for Mark Sears over the timeline, left wing. Sears kicks it near corner. Another wide open three. Miles Brown sinks it. 39-23. The Bobcats back on top. Big time. With 3:10 to go here in the first half. Grant, top of the key for Precious Aya. RedHawks need to find some answers. Down the left wing. Williams tripped up on his way to the hoop. And a foul whistled here as Williams down hard on the floor. He is a bit shaken up, slow to get up, right in the paint in front of the RedHawk offensive basket. Finally helped up by his teammates. We'll see who they get the foul on here for Ohio. I believe it might be Ben Roderick, and it is for his second personal. 39-23, Ohio on top. You have immediate timeout with 3:03 to go in the first, and this is Miami basketball here on RedHawk Radio. .303 to go here in the first half. Patrick Geshan back with you inside Millett Hall in Oxford. 39-23, the Bobcats of Ohio over Miami. As the Bobcats have opened up an 8-0 run here in the last minute, 22 going into the media timeout. So how does Miami answer here after this brief pause? And we will have free throws coming out of this timeout as Kamari Williams will go to the line after the second personal foul to Ben Roderick that get us to this media timeout. So Williams has two after he charged in from the left wing, and Roderick called for the blocking foul. And the first one is good for Kamari Williams, the Boston College transfer. And coming into this game tonight, 7 for 7 from the line on the season, so make that 8 for 8. And the second one here on the way from Kamari Williams, that's good. So 39-25 Ohio, 3:02 to go first half. Sears with it for the Bobcats. Takes it over the timeline, middle of the floor. Ohio here with some pace on offense all night long. Sears works it around the arc, far away, trying to drive his way near the baseline. He hit the brakes. Sears turns his back to the hoop, works on Larry. Spin around shot, bounced its way around the iron, kicked out, it was tipped. Bobcats the offensive rebound. Vanderplas, near corner, Sears works it through the paint, floats it out, far wing, three ball, Carter, too far right. Another offensive board as Sam Towns got it. He'll kick it out right wing. 3 ball there, too far, Vanderplas. And the RedHawks finally get their own rebound in their own end of the floor. Larry with it over the timeline here on the right wing with 2:17 to go first half. Bobcats lead it by 14. Grant to the near wing here for McNamara. Holds on with both arms. Mac logo spin around. McNamara gets it to fall on the shot there from 8 feet away. 39-27 Ohio. 2 minutes left, first half. Bobcats over the timeline, middle of the floor. Sears kicks it far side. With it here is Sam Towns. Holds it above his head. With it now is Vanderplas. Turns his back to the hoop. Works there. Gets it top of the key to Sears. Back to Vanderplas. Working on McNamara. Right-handed hook shot is good. As Vanderplas again turned his back to the hoop. Just worked his way on McNamara. Spun around and shot it in. 41-27 Ohio. 1:32 to go first half. Outside the arc in the far wing, here's Williams. Kicks it far corner. McNamara holds on with both arms. 16 to shoot. Through the paint. Trying to fly it up, but a strip there by Vanderplas. Here comes Sears up the floor for Ohio. Kicks it near wing. Towns, an athletic move right side of the post. Trying to get the shot to fall. He can't. It was too strong. And then Towns trying to do the rebound pull-up shot there. He was knocked to the floor. Slow to get up. A foul whistle on that. And for Miami, that is their 5th foul as a team here in the first half with a 1:17 to go in it. It is 41-27 Ohio. You have Sears the inbound here, far side of the Ohio offensive baseline. Gets it to the far corner, that's Sam Towns. Works it up here, top of the key for Vanderplas. Now to the far corner. Sears, Vanderplas again. Works his way on McNamara with 7 to shoot. Vanderplas in the paint, spin around, right-handed shot is good. Vanderplas all over McNamara in that post battle here so far in this first half. Larry with it over the timeline, middle of the floor for the RedHawks. 50 seconds left first half. He is stripped clean, top of the key. Sears trying to get a loose ball, bouncing around the floor, picks it up, feeds to Vanderplas, wide open under the RedHawk hoop. The left-handed shot is good. You have 35 seconds left here in the first half, and the Bobcats lead it 45-27. Larry with it for Miami over the timeline, middle of the floor. Right-handed dribble for Mackay. Larry with 20 to shoot, 24 on the game clock. RedHawks here in a lot of trouble. Larry holds on with 13 to shoot. Around the arc here on the near wing, 10 to shoot, 13 on the game clock. Larry far side, Brown outside the arc, top the key. Larry pull up 3, too far right. Shot clock turns off. Bobcats with the rebound. 3 seconds left. Sears over the timeline, left wing. 1 to go. Sears spin around. 3-pointer is too strong on Larry, who is guarding to end the first half here from Millett. And the Ohio Bobcats exit the floor at halftime with a standing ovation from their posse of fans sitting behind their bench. It is 45-27 Ohio at the half. Wow. What a first half performance there for the Bobcats. They ended on a 6-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 8 seconds of that half. They were all over Miami in both the three-point shooting category tonight, the rebounding category tonight, and just the overall field goal category tonight. The Bobcats are shooting 53.1% from the field in the game tonight compared to the RedHawks 38.5%. In terms of your three-point opportunities, the Bobcats are 44.4% from outside the arc, the RedHawks 25%. And in terms of your free throws, 3 for 4 went the Bobcats at the charity stripe in that first half compared to the RedHawks 4 for 4. Ohio out rebounding Miami 18-14. The Bobcats with 12 assists in this game to the RedHawks 1. Get this stat, Ohio with 12 steals in the game tonight compared to the RedHawks 2. In terms of your blocks, Ohio with no blocks in the game so far tonight. The RedHawks have won. The turnover battle is being led by Ohio. They have 4 turnovers to the RedHawks 9. Your leading scorer in the game so far with 20 points is Ben Vanderplas of Ohio, number 5 for the Bobcats. Again, 20 points for Vanderplas, and that's just in the first half to lead all scorers. He's the only player in this game in double figures. Vanderplas 20 of the Bobcats, 45 points in the game so far in this first half. So, halftime here from Millett, 45-27. The Bobcats lead it over the RedHawks, and we'll be back with your second half in about 12 or 13 minutes here for Oxford, Ohio. Big time lead for Ohio. They're going to try to keep it going. 18 points. They're up on Miami. We are back in a moment. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Back here for the second half in Oxford, Ohio. Patrick Geshan with you on Red Hawk Radio inside Millett Hall, where the score tonight, as we stand at the half, 45-27. Ohio over Miami. As we wrap up halftime here from Millett Hall, the majority of the crowd sticking around it, trying to give the RedHawks a second chance here, I guess, in the second half. If you were with us in the first, it was a very dominant first half for the Bobcats. On offense, on defense, they're getting into passing lanes of the RedHawks, messing up Miami's schemes on both ends of the floor, and it was a very tough first half for the RedHawks. We'll see what adjustments they could come out with here in the second to try to overpower this Bobcats team that, again, coming into this game tonight, undefeated in the MAC. Of course, they made it to the second round of the NCAA tournament last year after beating Virginia in the first round. That was kind of an upset that turned a lot of eyes in the basketball world. And the Bobcats team that this year is the only undefeated team in the MAC. They've won 8 in a row coming into this game tonight, trying to continue that not little, but big winning streak, I guess. And the Bobcats just trying to keep on cooking here in the MAC, stay atop the conference. It would be a big win for them tonight on the road if they could pull this one off, and well on their way to doing so. So 45-27, Ohio on top of Miami. Bobcats move right to left across your radio here in this second half of the game. And OU will inbound on near side of half court to get us going here in the second. So with it on the left side of the paint is Ben Vanderplas. He has 20 points on the night tonight for Ohio. Will spin around on Precious Aya. And a foul whistle there as Aya had too much contact, according to the referee in the arm area of Vanderplas trying to go up for the shot. He'll have 2 shots at the line. Vanderplas will coming up for Ohio. Tell you what, Vanderplas is the guy in the post area for Ohio tonight on both ends of the floor. The 6'8", 232 redshirt senior, a Wisconsin native. And he has just done all kinds of things to mess up Miami's post players in both Precious Aya and Eli McNamara here tonight. Done a stellar job. He will make the first, miss the second. Dane Grant down to the rebound here for the RedHawks. 20 seconds into our second half. 46-27 Ohio. Grant around the arc in the near wing. Puts it up top of the key for Makai Larry. Holds on with both arms. Works it far side, outside the arc, Myjai White. He'll find Dane Grant outside the arc, left wing. Gets it to the baseline for a Precious Aya up and under layup. Precious Aya has woken up here in the second half. That's a good sign on offense for Miami. Right near the hoop. Here's Sears over the timeline, right wing for Ohio. Right-handed dribble. 55 seconds here into our second half. Top of the key is Carter. Works it around the arc, far side. Carter, left-handed dribble. Works his way to the right elbow. Carter with 6 to shoot. No options with it. Hands it off to Sears. Sears charges right side. Puts it up and in for the and one. Huge bucket, Mark Sears. And the foul whistle against Aya, who made contact too late. Sears had basically 3 to shoot there. He just wanted it more. Fought his way to the right side of the post. Flew it up. The shot was good. And that's the difference tonight. Sears will make the free throw to complete the three-point play. 49-29. Ohio back on top by 20. Sears now with 10 points in the night to be the second Bobcat in double figures. Dane Grant, top of the key 3 for the RedHawks. Bounces off the front of the iron. Goes to the right corner out of bounds. And Ohio here will inbound at 18:37 to go in their own end in the second half. They lead up by 20. Bobcats a 10-2 run here in the last 3.5 minutes. That goes back to the first half. Top of the key, Miles Brown to the far side for Vanderplas. Ohio works on offense. Right to left, Sears, right wing. 3 is good for Mark Sears. And the three-point dominance continues for Ohio. They're now 9 for 19 from outside the arc in the game. Near wing is Myjai White outside the arc for the RedHawks. Top of the key, Delonte Brown, far side with it. Makai Larry, who holds on and is fouled. And a whistle here as a foul was whistled against the Bobcats. A little bit too much contact there outside the arc, I believe, for an OU player. I'm trying to figure out who they call that on. Multiple players are in the area there for Ohio. We'll figure it out. RedHawks with a fresh 20-second shot clock. Right wing outside the arc. White sidesteps the defender. The jumper from 20 away is good for 2 points. Credited to Myjai White. That foul for Ohio was given to Sears, by the way, for his first personal. And Sears is fouled by Larry, top of the key of the Ohio offensive end, as Larry messed it up with him. Too much contact there. And Larry, I believe, just got teed up maybe. No, he didn't. They blew the whistle just to get him away before teeing it up, so they never teed him up. No technical to Makai Larry. Bobcats inbound far side with a 20-second shot clock there on offense. Up 52-31. Here's Carter, near wing outside the arc for Ohio. Gets it top of the key. With it there, Mark Sears to the left elbow, kicks it back. Roderick, far side, 3-ball way downtown. Vanderplas, too strong. Offensive rebound, Carter, and a putback for an and one. All over Eli McNamara. 54-31, Ohio with 17:28 to go in the second half. And Carter at the line to try to finish off the three-point play. This building very quiet right now. Carter will make the free throw to put Ohio up 55-31. Jason Carter, the transfer from Xavier. Playing not too far away from his old stomping grounds. Vanderplas swoops in to steal the ball away for the RedHawks and offensive Makai Larry. They call that foul. As they reach in whistle there to Vanderplas. Vanderplas right there with his second personal in the game. RedHawks here on offense, near wing outside the arc. Brown will fling it off here from the paint. Whistle there for a foul on OU. There's about a 7-foot jumper there from Delonte Brown. It was blown dead for the shooting foul, so the RedHawks here will inbound, or sorry, get free throws. Brown at the free throw line. With 17-14 to go in the second half. Delonte dribbles twice. He has 5 points of the night tonight. First one is no good. Too far right on the free throw. Brown from the line tonight, now 2 for 3. Delonte averaging 13 points per game this season for the RedHawks. Second one good. 55-32 Ohio. So the inbound here to Mark Sears. The Bobcats, he will take it up the floor for OU. With a timeline left wing with Vanderplas to his right. Sears, the toss in here for Jason Carter. Outside the arc in the near wing. Carter dishes near wing, outside the arc. Sears gets it to the far side. A wide open three, right wing. Too strong there for Miles Brown. Here is Delonte Brown up the floor for the RedHawks over the timeline on the right wing. Gives it off there for Myjai White. Hits the break, smack logo in the paint. Gives it off for Day-Day Grant down the right side. Will fling off a shot, short on the iron there. Sears the rebound, charges ahead. Sears for OU, coast to coast, spin around in the post, and will get the and one shot. Dominance for Mark Sears, who took it all the way down the floor, spun around, got the shot to fall despite the contact and the foul there by, I believe, Makai Larry. They call on that. And Larry and Day-Day Grant are both going to come out here for the RedHawks. Sears will complete the three-point play with his free throw to make it 58-32 Ohio. 16:36 to go in the second half. Bounce pass over on the far side. Here's Coleman Lance for Miami. He is having trouble getting it over the timeline. Threw it forward. You got players on the ground here on the floor near half court. Tie up for it. They call a jump ball. And the possession arrow favors Ohio. No, it favors Miami. Beg your pardon. The Ohio bench is reacting as if a foul was called on the RedHawks, but then the referee said jump ball, so he's a little confused there. But okay, now they say Ohio gets the ball. I'm really confused. Bobcats are getting this ball. The possession arrow clearly says Miami on the scoreboard, so it must have been something I missed. Beg your pardon. The Bobcats inbound here, their offensive end with a 20-second shot clock. They never indicated a foul either against the RedHawks. OU will score two. A feed to the right side of the post. Jason Carter threw it through the bucket for two. And it's 60-32 Ohio. Top of the key is Brown to the near corner. Working here is Maravance. Here's McNamara atop the key for the RedHawks. Drives his way left side, but Brown in the post. He coughed it up, went out of bounds. Back to Ohio. We get a whistle here for a timeout with 15:58 to go in the second. This will be a media timeout in the game. First one of the second half. Ohio 60, Miami 32. Early on here in the second. RedHawks trying to find some answers. They need some quickly. This is Miami basketball on RedHawk Radio.
Miami.
15:58 left here in the second. 60-32, Ohio over Miami. The Bobcats continue to hold on to their lead here from inside Millett Hall after our first media timeout of the second half. So it's Mark Sears with it for the Bobcats over the timeline here on the right wing. Ohio opens up on offense here after the break. Sears around the arc near side for Miles Brown with it top of the key. Works it far side for Sears. Corner three, far wing is too strong. Nate Coleman lands down to the rebound here for the RedHawks. He'll take it over the timeline, middle of the floor. Coleman lands, hands off here to Maravance. RedHawks work on offense, moving left to right here in the second half. Grant, far side, outside the arc. It tripped up there, works it to the far side. Three ball too hard off the window from Luca Eller. The rebound here to Ohio and Miles Brown. Over the timeline on the right wing. Brown right side, drive off the glass, too hard. Rebound, cleaning up is Jason Carter, and he gets an and one. Carter swooped in after a shot no good off the front of the iron. He came right through the post area, scooped up the rebound, flew it in for two. Coleman lands whistled for the foul. It's his first. And you get Carter at the line here to complete another Ohio three-point play opportunity in the second half. The Bobcats lead it by 30. And now they lead it by 31. 63-32 after the Carter made free throw to complete that three-point play. Dana Grant with it for the RedHawks here. Will take it over the timeline on the right wing. Pass to the near side, Coleman lands, holds on, top of the key for Precious Aya. Aya waits, works it around the arc, far side. Here's Delonte Brown, far wing outside the arc, Coleman lands. Spins it around the arc to the corner. Far side, Dana Grant, 8 to shoot for the RedHawks. Gives it off for Aya. He will play it off the glass and fouled there. The shot Too strong, Precious Aya, but he will have 2 shots coming at the line as Ben Roderick picks up the Ohio foul. 14:43 to go in the second. You got Aya at the line here for the RedHawks, shooting 2. Precious will make the first one. Aya with 3 points now on the night tonight. Averaging 10.2 a game this year. Aya had a career high 6 blocked shots against Toledo on Tuesday a week ago tonight. And that game with the Rockets, he has just 1 block shot for the RedHawks tonight. It's the only block shot that shows up on the score sheet for any Miami player this evening. Second free throw good, 63-34. The Bobcats lead it. 14:35 to go in the second half. Far wing Ben Vanderplas for OU. Top of the key, Jason Carter. Works it near wing outside the arc for Mark Sears. Sears to the corner. Here's Vanderplas with it. Holds it above his head, works his way, turns his back to the hoop. Vanderplas spin around on Aya, and he works his way to the hoop to lay it up and in with a right arm for 2. Oh my. This Vanderplas guy, fun to watch for Ohio. And he's all over the RedHawk post players here tonight. Grant with it, top of the key for Miami. 14 to go, second half. 65-34, Bobcats lead it. Grant outside the arc in the far wing, through the paint, floats it off the glass, in for 2. And it's 65-36 as Day Grant now for the RedHawks with 6 points in the night. Here's Sears down the floor, coast to coast for Ohio, off the window, too strong with a left-handed layup. And the rebound pops out to Grant. He's over the timeline left wing, kicks in near side, RedHawks in offense. It's Coleman Lands outside the arc. Isaiah Coleman Lands is fouled, trying to step his way in toward the hoop. Miles Brown that time applying the contact for Ohio. 13:33 to go in the second, 65-36. Bobcats lead it. And the inbound will come near side here of the floor for the RedHawks. It will be Day Grant to send it in for Miami. They'll float that in for Maravance. Far side, Coleman Lance with it for the RedHawks. Stripped free there by Vanderplas. Coleman Lance top of the key for Delonte Brown. Near side for Avance. Maravance top of the key. 3 is in and out. Vanderplas came down to the rebound for Ohio. Gave it up there for Mark Sears. Sears over the timeline, middle of the floor. Works his way around the arc of the right side. Sears spin around, offensive foul. He knocked over Grant trying to move his way through the paint down the right side of it. 13:09 to go in the second, 65-36 Ohio. And you get the inbound coming here from the baseline and far side of it in the RedHawk end. Miami win the ball. Grant pushes his way forward. Here's Coleman Lands, returns to Grant, left side over the timeline for the RedHawks. Grant outside the arc, far wing. In the corner here, will kick a pass near side of Vaughn. Steps inside the arc, fires off a jumper, too far left. Bobcats corral the rebound. They're over the timeline, middle of the floor. Here's Sears with it. Will get down through the paint and blocked there by Aya, but a foul called. An aggressive play by Aya's arm to get in on the ball. It's Mark Sears pushing his way through the middle. Sears with 16 points in the game so far tonight. That is second on the Bobcats roster behind Vanderplas, 23 this evening. So Sears will shoot 2 here for the Bobcats. And the first one is good. You have a lot of students that came to this game tonight. There are no really student section, any loud cheering or whatever, but plenty of groups of students, Miami students, sitting around watch the game here tonight for whatever reason. Sears' second free throw, no good. 30-point Ohio lead at 66-36. 12:38 to go here in the second half. Grant over the timeline, left wing for the RedHawks. Coughed it up, went out the baseline. And this will stay with the RedHawks as it, I guess, careened off an Ohio hand on its way out. That was Schmock's hand it went off of. So a near wing baseline inbound for Miami. It's floated into Brown, near side outside the arc. Finds Makai Larry in the corner. Larry around the arc here, near side, fires off at 3, too strong. Grant out with a rebound, top of the key. We get a whistle for a foul. And this is going to be on the Bobcats. I don't know if they got Schmock on that or Sears, trying to figure that out. Both of them were in the area. I'll have to wait for the clarification. After the step back missed there by Larry. 1-1 free throws coming up here for Dana Grant. Both teams are in the single bonus. They got Schmock for the foul. That's his first personal. First one good by Dana Grant, who again is an 87.2% free throw shooter on the year. That's fourth best in the MAC coming into tonight for Grant. 12:24 to go here in the second. Grant patient here before the next free throw. And he will fire this one in. Good. 66-38. Ohio over Miami. 12:20 left here in the second. Sears over the timeline, middle of the floor for the Bobcats. It's the breaks, top of the key, works it down, left side of the post. Clayton flew it up off the window, no good, but a foul whistle here. And contact down low on Clayton. The RedHawks had plenty of numbers in the area there near their own hoop. Clayton trying to go up for the two-handed shot off the window and unable to convert. So you have Clayton here at the line, will shoot the first one too strong. At the free throw line, A.J. Clayton. He is a freshman from Duncan Falls, Ohio. Clayton tonight with just a point going into that trip at the free throw line. It's 67-38 Ohio as Clayton missed the second one. Brown with the top of the key. Finds his near wing. It is Mackay Larry. Whistle here for a foul. Sears got his hands in there for the Bobcats. So for Sears, that is his third personal. That last Ohio possession, by the way, Precious Aya for the RedHawks got his fourth personal. There's 12:02 to go here in the second, 67-38. So both teams have 8 fouls apiece in the second half so far. It's been a foul-full second half of the game, and you got 1-1 free throws here for Larry. The first one is good. Larry at the line for the RedHawks. Here tonight with 7 points on the contest. Next shot is good by Mackay. So 67-40 Ohio with 12 to go here in the second half. And over the timeline right wing comes Tommy Schmock for OU. Schmock passes in there for Vanderplas, holds it above his head, top of the key. Feeds it near wing for Brown, left side of the paint. Clayton feeds it back. Brown three ball is in off the window. Three-pointer for Miles Brown, 70-40 Ohio. And a pass ahead picked off by the RedHawks. Miles Brown with it for Ohio. He feeds Towns, who then coughed it up in the paint. Miami back the way up the floor. Larry feeds it near wing. Here's Coleman Lance. Outside the arc of the right wing, hands it back to Mackay Larry. Right-handed dribble, trying to drive his way baseline off the window, too strong. Rebound kicks all the way out to the top of the key. RedHawks with it. They have a fresh 22. Far corner Brown, sidesteps Towns, gets off a three. That's short. Here comes Ohio back the other way. Over the timeline right wing is Tommy Schmock. Cross-court look to the near corner. With it here up top, Miles Brown. Far side Schmock in the paint. Towns wide open with a two-handed slam. And a timeout called by Miami. Towns left wide open in front of the hoop. A media timeout, 10:57 to go here in the second half. 72-40, Ohio leads it. The exclamation point on the two-handed jam there by Sam Towns. Again, 10:57 left here in the second. RedHawks trail Ohio 72-40. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. 10:57 to go in the second half. 72-40. Ohio over Miami here for Oxford, Ohio tonight. Inside Millett Hall, Patrick Geshan with you. Thank you for spending a portion of your Tuesday night with us here on Red Hawk Radio. It's been all Bobcats in this game so far. If you are just joining us, on offense, on defense, in the turnover battle all over the place. They have been the dominant team tonight. RedHawks have tried to play catch-up since the opening tip. Larry with it for Miami over the timeline, middle of the floor. The pass forward is bobbled by Precious High and goes right back to the Bobcats. Brown feeds ahead up the left wing. Sam Towns, top of the key for Vanderplas. Far wing, wide open three. Schmock way downtown, too far left. Offensive board, though, is picked up by Miles Brown for Ohio. Here's Schmock with it, top of the key. Kicks it far side, Vanderplas. Sidestep pass to the top of the key. Schmock three ball, in and out. With it, here's Kamari Williams for Miami over the timeline on the right wing. Williams the pass middle to Myjai White. Far side is Larry. He will get a floater, no good. Too far right for the RedHawks. The Bobcats with that rebound over the timeline here on the right wing. It's Schmock. With 10:05 to go in the second. 72-40 Ohio over Miami. Far side, Miles Brown outside the arc, works his way in toward the timeline. Brown pull-up jumper, short. Rebound pops out here to Dane Grant over the timeline, right wing for the RedHawks. Grant with it here. Right wing outside the arc, trying to work his way middle. Pass got tipped to the far corner, picked up there by Myjai White. White will work it here. Up top for Makai Larry. Larry top of the key. Right-handed bounce to the near side. There's a three, it's good for the corner. Kamari Williams got that to fall, so with 9.5 to go in the second, it's 72-43 Ohio. On the timeline, middle of the floor for the Bobcats is Tommy Schmock. He's the near wing outside the arc. Miles Brown, he's got a top of the key. The pass to the far side here for Schmock. Schmock to the near corner. Sam Towns, left elbow. It's the breaks there on Larry. Bobcats have 6 to shoot. Schmock works his way down the right side of the paint. Far side, corner look for three. Too strong there from A.J. Clayton. And down to the rebound is Myjai White for the RedHawks. Far side, Makai Larry over the timeline on the right wing. Gets it top of the key for Dane Grant. Grant will make his way around the arc on the far side. Grant with it here to the right side of the paint. He will be rejected clean on a shot there by Vanderplas. Clean swipe out of the air. Schmock over the timeline, left wing for Ohio with 8:35 to go in the second. 72-43 Bobcats. Vanderplas with it, left elbow, gets it top of the key, three ball there. Schmock gets it to go wide open. And the Bobcats lead at 75-43. We get a whistle before the RedHawk inbound. For a foul on Ohio's Miles Brown. He was the only player back there for the Bobcats. Trying to play defense, we get a media timeout with 8:21 to go here in the second. 75-43 Ohio over Miami. We are back in a moment. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. 8:21 to go in the second. 75-43 Ohio over Miami. Patrick Geshan back with you inside Millett Hall here on Red Hawk Radio tonight. Leading all scores in the game is number 5 in white tonight for Ohio. That's Ben Vanderplas with 23. Another timeout. The RedHawks will be shooting free throws. You'll have Dana Grant at the line for Miami. First one will rim in and out on the 1-and-1. So the Bobcats take it up the floor after they get the rebound. It is Tommy Schmock, senior out of Cleveland. Schmock feeds Carter, top of the key. Far wing Schmock, downtown three is good. Nothing but net. Tommy Schmock, the St. Edward grad, makes it 78-43 Ohio. 8 to go in the second. RedHawks with it, top of the key. Dana Grant to the far side for Precious Aya. Aya holds on with both arms, gets it out for IJ White, who swung around to the far wing. White, top of the key, charges down the right side, out the window, too strong with the right arm. Bobcats corral the rebound on the far wing, and will calm it down over the timeline. Right side is Tommy Schmock. 7.5 to go in the second. 78-43, it's a dominant Ohio lead. Schmock, top of the key. Gets it down to the left elbow, hit the brakes, works it out right wing outside the arc. In the far corner, Aya steals it away from Miami. Good steal there as the Bobcats kind of bobbling a series of passes. And with the timeline right wing is IJ White, working far wing. Long range three, Avance gets it. So makes it 78-46 Ohio with 7:02 to go here in the second. And with the timeline right wing is Tommy Schmock for OU. Pass to the near side, outside the arc, Jason Carter. Top of the key there for Roderick. Far side, outside the arc, Tommy Schmock. 13 to shoot, gets it to the near corner. Clayton, three ball, too far right. Rebound batted out near half court. Aya steals it away for the RedHawks. He is fouled moving down the floor as Clayton reached in there. And we get another media timeout here from Millett Hall. 6:42 remains here in the second. It is 78-46. Ohio over Miami, and we are back in a moment. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Media timeout over with here. 6:42 remains in the second. It is 78-46. Ohio over Miami. Precious High is going to shoot free throws here for the RedHawks. Coming out of this timeout, Patrick Geshan back with you here inside Millett Hall. Thank you for spending a part of your Tuesday here with us. You have 2 shots at the line here for Aya. The first one is a line drive off the front of the rim, no good. And somebody yells from the stands, bend your knees to Precious Aya. Second one good for Precious. Maybe he bended his knees a little more there. And it's 78-47, Bobcats lead it. OU works over the timeline on the left wing. Here is Brown. Feeds it on the far side for Tommy Schmock. Back for Brown, top of the key. Near wing in the corner is Roderick. Back up top of the key, here is Schmock. Near side, Roderick, 3 ball off. Too far right, rebound to the near corner. RedHawks on it. Here's Avance up the floor for Miami. Williams near side, outside the arc, try to feed it middle. That pass picked off there by Miles Brown. Pushes up for Ohio. Quick feed down low, mishandled by Colin Granger. Down near that offensive baseline for the Bobcats. RedHawks take over with 6:05 left here in the second. 78-47, Ohio on top. You get Williams to inbound here for the RedHawks from his own baseline far wing. And Avance will pick up the ball that bounced 3 times on the ground. Avance over the timeline left wing for Myjay White. Outside the arc here on the left wing. Top of the key with it, Precious Aya for the RedHawks. Aya hands off, Dane Grant near corner. 3 ball off, Williams in and out. Rebound to Tommy Schmock of OU. 5:42 to go in the second. It is a 78-47 Ohio lead. On the timeline right wing with Schmock. Tossed it back for Brown. Right wing outside the arc, Clayton. Hands off there for Schmock. Works his way around the arc to the left elbow. Kicks it near wing. Outside the arc, Miles Brown. For OU. Left side, he's got it. 6 to shoot. Brown was fouled on his way in. No, it's an offensive foul. Beg your pardon, number 32, Colin Granger got it for OU. It's an offensive violation. He set an illegal screen there. So the RedHawks inbound near side of their own end of the floor. And it's tossed into Avance here from Myjay White. 78-47 Ohio, 5:15 to go second half. Avance middle of the floor for the RedHawks. Feeds it far side here for Dane Grant. Grant holds on with both arms, works his way around the arc down the right side of the paint. Far side with it here is Luca Eller to the far wing. 3 ball off, Grant. Too far right, rebound, Luca Eller. Puts it top of the key there. To the near wing for Kamari Williams. Williams up top for Myjay White. White around the arc for the RedHawks. Feeds it to the far corner. There's a jumper that's good by Eller. They say a 2-pointer there. He was standing right on the line. So with 4:40 left in the second, 78-49 Ohio. Cats working over the timeline here on the right wing. Sam Towns. Far corner for A.J. Clayton. Back up top of the key for Miles Brown. Brown far side for Tommy Schmock. Downtown 3 is good. Tommy Schmock. This guy has been shooting 3s left and right. And so far tonight, he is 3 for 6 from outside the arc. Schmock with 9 points in the game. Around the arc, far wing, Grant fires off the jumper too hard for the left wing. Whistle for a foul on Miami during the rebound. And they get Kamari Williams for his first. So both teams have 10 fouls apiece. If I'm counting right, RedHawks, it says they have 9. I'm waiting to see if they add another one there. I guess you get 1 and 1 here, so that is 1 more foul to give for the RedHawks until 2 free throws at the line for each trip for Ohio. Clayton 1 and 1. First one is good for OU. To make it 82-49 Bobcats. And you got 4:09 to go here in the second. Next one pops in and out. Rebound here in the hands of Dane Grant up the floor for the RedHawks with the timeline right wing. Williams near side, 3 ball is good there for Myjay White of the RedHawks to make it a 30-point game. Less than 4 to go here in the second. 82-52 Ohio. Schmock over the timeline right wing for OU. Works it around the arc to pass to the near side. Outside the arc is Towns. Near corner Schmock works it at left side of the paint. Colin Granger crashes down to the floor. there with Luca Eller. They get a foul here on Luca Eller for his second. Media timeout, and the last one of the game at that. 3:41 to go here in the second. It is a 30-point, 82-52 lead for Ohio. We are back in a moment. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. 3:41 to go here in the second. It is 82-52 Ohio over Miami. Bobcats trying to close out this one here at Millett to win 9 in a row on this long winning streak. They're on their 6th longest in program history right now at 8 games. Bobcats have not had a winning streak this long since 2011, 2012. So over the timeline here, the RedHawks left side of their offensive end of the floor. Dane Grant gets a feed top to key to Avance. Far side Grant outside the arc with 15 to shoot. Dane Grant through the paint, kicks in near wing Avance. Outside the arc, fires a 3-ball off right side. Rebound tipped around after it was too far right. Williams got it. RedHawks work at far side. It's Grant, another 3, good from downtown. And finally, the 3-ball going in for Miami so far tonight was not going in at all in that first half, really. Bobcats with the ball over the timeline here on the right wing. New players are in for OU. Luke Frazier, the pass to the near side for Josh McDaniel. Now it's Josh Tenarowitz to the rack. He is fouled. Going down there, or they're going to call the offensive violation, I think, on Tenarowitz. They do, as he knocked over Eller. So the RedHawks are going to get it back. Here's Tenarowitz. Knocked over Eller, trying to drive through the lane. Kind of a late decision there by the officials. They rule that it is an offensive foul on John Tenarowitz, the senior from Cleveland, making just his 2nd appearance of the year. Avance over the timeline, middle of the floor for the RedHawks. Near wing feed here for Myjay White. Far side for Dane Grant. Grant with 2:40 left here in the game. 82-55 Ohio. He'll get off another left wing 3. That one too strong. Sam Towns with a rebound for OU. 2.5 to go here in the second. Towns over the timeline of the left wing. Instant breaks, top of the key. Towns fires off a 3-ball, in and out. This one tipped around to the near side. Grant on it here to the far wing over the timeline right side. There is Avance. Feeds Kamari Williams. He'll pass down low to Avance, trying to find his way up the right side of the paint. He gets fouled on a right-handed layup chance right under the hoop. 2:11 to go here in the second. You have Will Stevens about to check in for the RedHawks. 10 fouls as a team for Ohio in the game, so the Bobcats give the RedHawks a double bonus here. You have 2 shots at the line for Amar Avance. The first time he'll shoot free throws this year. First one is good for the freshman out of Indianapolis. You have Dane Grant coming out of the game for the RedHawks, and Will Stevens again checking in. Next free throw good by Avance. So OU here, 82-57 their lead, 2:07 to go in the second. Over the timeline on the right wing, here's Luke Frazier. And he will be fouled up high on the right side as Stevens there with contact, the new player into the game for the RedHawks. Ball will be in to the free throw line area here. That's now the 10th team foul against Miami, so you got the double bonus given to Ohio. 2 free throws at the line for Luke Frazier in his first appearance of the year for Ohio. First one is too strong for Frazier, a sophomore from Mentor, Ohio. Next one on the way for Frazier is another one too strong. Rebound pops out. With it here is Sam Towns. We'll give it over on the far wing here to Avance. Over the timeline left side for the RedHawks. Avance works it top of the key. Feeds it far wing. Wide open look for three. Myjay White too far left. Down to the rebound, Colin Granger for Ohio. Here's Frazier up the floor over the timeline left wing for OU. Frazier, the bounce pass far corner, arcing in there. McDaniel feeds to the near side of the corner. Tenarowitz around the arc, gets it down to the near wing. And a pass inside. Tenarowitz near the paint is fouled here. Is huge contact by Avance. Laying his arm down. And Tenarowitz to the line here for free throws. First foul to Avance in the game for Miami with 1:30 left here in the second. It is 82-57 Ohio. First one good for Tenarowitz, making his second appearance of the year. The only other time he's been in a game was on November the 26th against Concordia, the Division III school in Michigan, where he played a minute in that game at no points. White is out for the RedHawks. Looks like they bring in Jackson Kenyon to replace him. Next free throw is good there by Tenarowitz. So Williams will inbound to Mara Avance with a 1:26 to go in the second. 84-57 Ohio. With the timeline right wing is Will Stevens to the far side, and we're going to whistle here for a foul. That's going to be on the Bobcats. As the RedHawks trying to feed it far wing there. And you get Stevens at the line here to shoot 2 for Miami. First one pops in and out. Will Stevens making his first appearance since December 21st against Spalding, where he had 2 points in 2 minutes. Junior out of Chicago. Second free throw good. 1:20 left, second half. Ohio on top, 84-58. Here's Frazier over the timeline left wing for the Bobcats. Works his way to the far side, hands it off there for Tenarowitz. Around the arc to the near corner. Here's McDaniel, 3 ball too far left. With the rebound from Miami is Will Stevens over the timeline right wing. Stevens here hits the brakes near corner. Passes top of the key. Williams stripped clean by Towns, who will break back the other way, and Towns is fouled by Kamari Williams on the back check for the RedHawks. There's Williams, too much contact in the arm area there. Of Sam Towns, the sophomore from Columbus. So Towns at the line here for 2. There have been so many fouls in the second half. It's been crazy, over 20 combined between either team. Towns, first one no good. You have 51.7 left here in the second. 84-58 Ohio over Miami. Next one good. So Avance over the timeline here on the right wing for the RedHawks. And an 85-58 lead for the Bobcats. Whistle here for a foul on OU. As Avance making his way to the near wing outside the arc. 24 gets the foul for Ohio. That is Josh McDaniel, the senior from Westerville, Ohio, making his first appearance of the season. First one is good there by Mara Avance in the free throw department. Leading scorer for the RedHawks tonight, Dane Grant with 11. You have Ben Vanderplas lead Ohio in scoring this evening with 23 points. We have not seen him for quite a while in this game, and understandably so. He's a big part of this Ohio team. Jeff Bowles, the OU head coach, wants to rest him. 20 on the shot clock, 32 on the game clock left here in the game. Bobcats with it top of the key. Sam Towns works his way into the left elbow, and a whistle here as he was contacted by Will Stevens. They're very aggressive in the foul calling here late in this game, especially with the margin of difference of 25 points. Ohio 85, Miami 60 with 27 and a half to go here in the second. First free throw short by Sam Towns. So we'll shoot another one here with the shot clock off, and again, 27.5 remain in the second half. Makes one good there by Towns of OU. 86-60. RedHawks with it over the timeline, left wing. Here's Avance. 22 seconds left of the game. He'll fire off a left wing three. That's good for Mar Avance. And imagine with 21 seconds to go, the Bobcats inbounding here on their own end of the floor. Might just dribble this one out. Frazier with it. For OU will take it over the timeline, left wing and Avance. 13 seconds left. Frazier still with the ball. Avance pressuring a little bit. But it looks like this one is going to be over with here from Millett with 5 to go, and Frazier just holds on to the ball. The OU fans on their feet, standing O for their team. The Bobcats with a win. 86-63 tonight from Millett Hall, and OU remains undefeated in the MAC at 5-0 this year. They've won 9 games in a row. The Bobcats now 5-2 on the road this season. And OU keeps on cooking now with a 14-2 overall record. And the historic season moves on for the Bobcats with a huge win over their in-state rival, the Miami RedHawks. Again, your final score tonight, 86-63 from Millett Hall. So Miami exits the floor. It was certainly a disappointing night for the RedHawks, to say the least. From the get-go, Miami just had nothing working for them from the start of this game. That trend continued on all night long. And the Bobcats, on paper, were the better team coming into the matchup tonight. We didn't know what Miami team would show up. The Miami team that showed up was the one that did not come with their full slate of stuff and weaponry here tonight, as the RedHawks just fall in all aspects. Offense, defense, turnover battle, whatever you want to put up against on paper between these teams. The RedHawks lost in it against the Bobcats tonight, and on the scoreboard as well. Again, 86-63, your final here tonight from Millett. So that'll do it for us here this evening. For everyone behind the scenes, Patrick Geshan saying so long. Good night from Millett Hall in Oxford, Ohio here this evening, as the Ohio Bobcats beat the Miami RedHawks 86-63. Your final score this evening here from Millett. We will see you next time for another presentation of Miami basketball on RedHawk Radio. Until then, we thank you for listening and spending a part of your Tuesday with us here from Millett Hall in Oxford. RedHawks full. Thanks again for listening to this presentation of Miami basketball on RedHawk Radio. We'll see you later, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.